I'm theciaellis, and welcome to Grandma's Homestead. And as you can tell by the noise, I've got the oven fired up, and the air conditioner, the small air conditioner in here is going. And so we're going to be doing some bacon. Today I'm going to make my recipe of meatloaf. So let's get started. Well, first of all, I'm not going to lie. I thought it said, the thing said 93% lean, and it is not. It's only 73% lean. So this is not good ground. This is not what I would ever. I'm used to using venison. I thought it looked pale. Oh well. So this might be a little bit greasy, and it might not be quite as good as I want it to, but I thought I'd own it up. Okay, we've got saltines, we've got some Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, eggs, and salt, and onion. So we're going to see if we can get this all mixed together. Because I'm doing two grounds, I'm doing the bigger pan here. It's not 9x13, but it should be big enough and plenty to accommodate the 2 pounds of ground, especially since so much of it is fat. Now I'm going to be making this for the people here at the not the clothing ministry. This is Wednesday night, so I'm making this for them. And what I used to do when I made it at home, my granddaughter liked her meatloaf one way, my husband liked it another way, and I liked it still yet another way. Usually, but my granddaughter and I, we don't do green peppers, and so I didn't put that. So what I would do is I would mix all of the ingredients together, except for the ingredients that like my husband wanted green pepper. So I mixed all of it together, and made that loaf. And then I would add the green peppers and make that loaf. We would have 2 separate loaves in the pan. But since today I'm going to just do onions all the way around and make it one big recipe, and both of these we're just going to go right into the one big pan. First of all, we're going to start out with a nice sized bowl that should be big enough to accommodate all the ingredients here. Got a good stack of crackers going here, and we're just going to crumble them up. Some people like to use oatmeal and stuff, and I've done past. I don't really like the texture that I got out of it when I use oatmeal. When I try to crumble these up, I guess if you don't want to have to do this by hand, you can put in a bag and crumble them up before you put them into the meat. So we got maybe almost half of a package of saltine crackers. This is a whole, relatively small onion. It's not real small, medium I think is what you would say that onion is. We're going to do a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Whoops, I thought it was open. I was wrong. Do a little bit of that. You don't need too much of it. Nice strong flavor. Pretty good squirt of ketchup. We'll check that out here in a few minutes. That was probably a quarter of a cup. Do some Italian seasoning. Maybe about a tablespoon. Garlic powder. Let's do a teaspoon. Do about the same of onion powder, about a teaspoon. And probably about a teaspoon of salt, because we are dealing with meat here. And these are pretty large eggs. Let's go with 1 egg to bind it all together. If you have gloves, you don't like to get your hands yucky, go ahead and do that. My hands are clean. So we're going to work this for a while. Whoop. And dump it on the counter. Oh my gosh, guys. It's a good thing the counter's clean too. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. If I find kind of big chunks of cracker, I'm trying to crunch them up as I go. That's a pretty good consistency, and it's broken up pretty good. Now, since we're making all one loaf, we'll just dump it in here and we'll smoosh it out. Now, you don't want to have a big thing in the middle because it's going to take longer to cook. So we're going to smoosh this on out, make it fit in the pan. Make it level. Alright, now we got our pan here. Got the onions. You can see occasional cracker in there. Got all your herbs. Got your onion powder, garlic powder, salt, ketchup. Let's put this in the oven and see how it goes. Alright, the recipe usually says that you're supposed to cook it 350 for an hour to an hour and a half. I don't believe it's going to take nearly that long, especially in this particular oven because it's a convection oven. So I think probably about 45 minutes. I'm going to check it and see how it looks and see how it and see what's going on with it at that time. Okay, so maybe it was good that I used the fatter meat. Look how much it shrank. You can see around the edges of it, and I've already dumped off the grease. I did not do it in the sink. Don't ever put your grease in the sink. You'll be having a plumbing bill that you would never want ever again. But this is good and done all the way through, and we'll slice this up here in a few minutes. Kind of hate that it's so small, but well, I guess I need to pay attention better, huh? Now, when I make this at home, when I made it at home for my family, we always put slices of American cheese on it, and then lots of ketchup. Today, I'm not going to do cheese. I'm going to make a brown gravy, and I will make that in a separate video that you can show you how to make brown gravy. And then I'm going to put that over the top of this recipe and this meatloaf, and so we'll have that for dinner tonight. Even with the air conditioning going, it's a little bit warm in here, but that's why it's supposed to be in the kitchen. It's supposed to be hot in the kitchen, especially if you got the oven on. Okay, all right. First thing, use high quality meat when you make your meatloaf. It makes it taste better. It doesn't shrink as much. Pay attention to what you're buying, where I did not do it. All right, I've cut a slice off the end of the meatloaf here. You can see little bits of onion, the crust on top, nice crust. That's good. Even if it was bad meat. Not bad meat, it just was not good quality. Always use the best quality meat that you can get. But that's pretty darn good. Alright, that's all you gotta do for meatloaf. Except don't make a mess like I did. And choose better meat than I didn't pay attention to. But it still turned out pretty good anyway. That's all I got for you today. I do want to remind you, again, that I have separated my two YouTube channels. Grandma's Homestead is going to be strictly cooking from here on out for I don't know how long, because it's not likely that I'm going to be back on a homestead, but I can do homestead cooking, and so I can keep the name here. Everything else is going to be on This Grandma's Life. It used to be This Grandma's Life podcast, but now it's This Grandma's Life, and then I figured we can make whatever happens to this grandma, I could, in her life, she can, and we can make that into another YouTube channel too. So there are already other videos on it, even when it was a podcast, and I've done a couple other videos, and so go on over there and check that out, like and subscribe. I need the subscribers and the viewers too. So help me get started on this, because I've started a whole new life here. But you've got the meatloaf, and I think you'll enjoy it. I hope so. God bless. I'll see you next time. So we're going to work this for a while. Whoop. And dump it on the counter. Oh my gosh, guys. It's a good thing the counter's clean too.